Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have a 2-2 match in the Crosskeys tournament between Jamo and Incoherent. My name is Jaxie, and I will be your restrewer for this evening. Our commentators are Clearmouse and WillWC, and joining me on the tracking is TomWillTalk13. Commentators, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Jaxie.
Well,
good morning, Will.
Thank you for the intro. Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it is, in theory, morning in Europe. I'm technically correct. The best kind of correct.
It's rando o'clock. That's what time it is.
Yes.
All right, so we've got a matchup from the how the heck are these guys 2-2 grouping here.
Correct. Yes.
Got Incoherent, who's definitely a veteran of this mode, and Jamo, who is come on in more recent years, but has been made a heck of a name for himself in a pretty short period of time. So this is going to be a real fun one to see who can stay alive in contention for the bracket round, which we're just a couple more weeks of Swiss away from.
Yeah, this is, as you said, this was a 2-2 match, so this is week 5. I think there's 7 weeks total. Is that right?
Yep.
Imagine knowing this. Okay, cool. Thank you for confirming. And so, historically, if you have exactly 2 losses, you typically qualify for a first play-in race to see in this case which of the 5 and 2s end up getting to, as you said, go into the primary bracket round. The people who actually this year, which is new, if you do not have at least a 5-2 record, you will also be automatically eligible for the secondary bracket. I don't know actually the details of that. I believe it's still opt-in, as in, like, you don't have to play, but in this case, this year, I think the admins were very nice in that you still get to play more rando after 2 or 3 or however many weeks of this tournament.
So we have differing starts here. We can see 2 of our modes already coming into play here.
Yes.
One with the mirror scroll, but then we also have Zelda Woods enabled tonight. So yes. Jamo getting to start from the front entrance of Skullwoods there and immediately taking the guaranteed vanilla drop there into the left side of Skullwoods, while Incoherent is heading over to do the potion shop and head over, at least get the fairy drop here, presumably, and we'll see if he does a Houlihan or chooses another route option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you said, Incoherent has been around for quite some time. He probably has certainly preceded my time in the community, and this opening actually that he's doing, I believe, was actually the meta, like what everyone did when Crosskeys was kind of first, let's say, like, became popular or like kind of came on the scene. It's kind of phased out, I would say, mostly in favor for what we kind of saw Jamo do is mainly now people kind of migrated more towards Sank Start. But of course, lots of Link's House openers still very much so. It's just kind of refreshing in order to be able to see this opening.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as you don't isolate one of the kind of obvious early checks for too long, it probably doesn't make that big of a difference which opener you choose. You kind of, with this route, you do get the guaranteed security of having rupees no matter what. So when you find a bomb shop, you can get those early resources sorted. Jamo's not having any trouble finding bombs, though. He got a 3-pack early on and there finds out that the tier 1 is also bombs. We also saw the 3rd setting come into play for Jamo there when he got the Eastern Palace small key out of Skullwoods. We do have key drop on tonight, so we will be collecting a few extra small keys and doing a few extra checks.
Just a few. I mean, it's just a couple more keys. Like, how bad could it be? How much more convoluted can the lodge? Yeah, exactly. Every rando player's last force.
You've heard of CT2 go mode, but what about CT4 go mode?
It's like double the pleasure, double the fun. Is that right? Isn't that double mint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but I probably shouldn't chew it into a microphone.
Okay, I think that's very fair. Yes. Yeah, lots of, I believe actually between these two runners, the only assured setting we have was Mirror Scroll, because that's the one that was common, and then the other two that you mentioned, Key Drop and Zelda Woods, were randomly rolled, and bless the mayor, which I'm sure also no one in this tournament has said, he actually rolled the rest of the settings. Which, as we saw from Jamo's side, that Zelda Woods was new. You in fact can start in the Dark World. In Skull Woods, and I think personally that's like I'm a fan of being able to start having a Dark World spawn point, because it makes your access kind of like that much easier. Now, of course, the opposition, let's say some of the counterpoints of Zelda Woods is that, well, if you start in the Dark World, just think of all the bunny walking you might do. So it's just give or take.
Yeah, we got a few different options. Jamo, or I'm sorry, Incoherent there checked the other shuffle drop there in the back of the woods. Saw that there is a 20 rupee or red rupee there on the lumberjack ledge that would be accessible by finding one of the two connectors there to the back, but not a must have by any means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we did see Ganon on Jamo's side, which is at the castle. So as you said, we don't have to find any Skullwoods connector shenanigans that have to lead us to the back. So we can drop it to Ganon, and chances are we'll probably have to never see that. At least it won't be forced upon us. So we will kind of at least have that a little bit more of stability.
Yeah, we may still find it. It may, depending on what entrances are shuffled, where it could be required, but it's not going to be required for us to get to Ganon today, which is nice.
Yeah. Jamo, was mentioning this case. We have so many settings, and then he said, "We're missing one," and I said, "Which one is that?" And he said, "We're missing the pseudo-boost setting," and I said, "Whose fault is that?" And he didn't answer. Well, he did answer, but I wasn't happy with this answer. So hopefully we're gonna find some speed. That would make the discovery process that we are currently going through just a little bit faster.
Jamo went kind of straight to CAC after getting the initial sync check done, and then the castle drop and entrance. Finding a few different things here. I think the powder has been the most interesting item-wise so far, although we're currently here in Saha.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, of course, Jaxie and Tom will talk for tracking. For Jaxie also doing the restreaming, and that is in fact not the Desert Palace small key. It is a Desert Palace small key. I don't often see people, especially this early, spend the Desert small key on Right Side Desert. Because, we don't know if the desert's a crystal or pendant. If it is a crystal, especially, you will need the other 3 in order to go beat the dungeon. So it's a lot of pressure. It's kind of like spending like TR6 or like TR4, to open like lava chests. You gotta either save scum, or you gotta really commit. So
yeah, it is a hard requirement to have 3 small keys to clear back of desert, in addition to the big key and the fire source, of course. We got a bow there in back of tavern for Jamo, so nice to have an early weapon at least, along with our plentiful bombs.
Yes. I mean, of course, it's a pendant top. I mean, I know, but I just gotta, you gotta be complete, right? You gotta leave a little mystery for the fans.
And also seeing our first of 8 GT small keys there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The good news, of course, is that kind of similar to Turtle Rock, we will most likely not need all of the GT small keys. So, especially if you don't open the middle door. But, of course, then this does give some logical implications, right? Just like if you pick up GT 1 or 2 or 3 in regular key sanity, you probably think, oh, okay, like right side's in logic, or like left side's in logic, or the climb is in logic, stuff like that. Just a different number of keys. Good thing, by the way, we actually spent some extra money on Jamo's side, being able to afford chess game. That is kind of one thing I do think Incoherent probably has, let's say like an assured set of money. Because the Houlihan, so as you said, he could buy bombs. If he stumbles upon like chess game, or a bottle vendor when he eventually gets to CAC, he will be guaranteed money. Now, of course, how the entrances and discoveries have gone, Jamo has in fact found the archery game, so he should all be set as well. But of course, you need a little bit of luck being able to do this.
And we've got the middle path or middle part of Skull Woods here at the lumberjack drop. So
Yes.
we're not going to need to clear Aga 1 at least for access to this drop later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another potential, let's say, mixed feedback that people have is that, as we're seeing part of Zelda Woods, some people are fan of having this connector because you have more potential to shuffle in for randomization. Some people, of course, finding it this early, nobody is a fan of the easiest room in the game because, in fact, is not the easiest room in the game. See, Incoherent, unfortunately, walk out with barely half a heart to his name.
Yeah, and he kind of got pinned in there by the beetle and the wallmaster, and had just decided to take the mirror scroll out instead of dealing with any of that. Gets another desert small, or his first, but the second one that we've seen there at North Lost Woods.
Yeah. Yep. This is what happens when you're on half a heart. You have to now start avoiding the crow. Ooh, look at that. Look at all this cash. We are Zora set. Not quite set for life, but
everybody's mini problems are solved, at least for the short term here.
Nice blind set. Yes, and we have found
Skull Woods is found. This is just going to be one check for him since we've already dropped in and done the left side checks here.
Oh my gosh, we have silvers on Jamo's side. So talk about an early weapon. Oh, and a hook shot. Okay, we're actually super comfortable. I mean, by super, I mean like it's like not a sword, but silvers are very, very good.
For sub 10, having a way to stun and kill pretty much most enemies in the game without too much difficulty is nice to have.
Desert Palace is a crystal. It's red crystal in addition to swamp, so we're gonna definitely need a lot of small keys. a lot of small keys. Swamp, you need 4 to beat, 5 to do left side swamp. This is also, of course, we have the hook shot, which both runners are gonna get with Specky Clip, and or if you want to do left side swamp with Bomb Spooky, you can save yourself a key. But we're gonna need 4 of those things. And of course, in addition, we need at least 3 desert small keys in order to go beat desert.
Incoherent getting stymied there by the Blind's Hut block puzzle, which I don't think I've seen that happen in a while.
Wow, okay, you're right. Incoherent does seem to know, okay, or not. Oh, okay, yes, it does in fact reset after you go up the stairs. I thought.
Yeah, I assumed that was just a directional input that went sideways or something like that, and not that he doesn't know how to do this.
He went back. Okay, Incoherent also, of course, probably some muscle memory there, being able to like, oh yeah, like you're supposed to autopilot your way up to.
Yeah, I mean, once you've done those last 3 checks there, a blind set. Well, yeah, you go to the back. That's what you do.
All right. Jamo, by the way, did the first 2 checks of Hyrule Castle. So Hyrule Castle also, again, we're gonna need a couple more keys in order to actually not only put things in logic, but actually just physically access the back. Like the guard doesn't drop the Hyrule Castle key anymore. You need to go find one before you can go to like the boomerang chest and like the boomerang guard and of course everyone's favorite text box in Hyrule Castle. You have found the big key to this dungeon. You will most likely not find a big key to this dungeon in this dungeon for key drop.
Yeah, and it's real easy. I think perhaps more than anything else in key drop, it's easy to just to forget that you need to have that big key in hand before you get to Zelda Cell.
Yes. Yeah, that's something that again, I mean, this part of the discovery process, if you're not as familiar with key drop, is that you think, oh, okay, I just need the higher custom small key, and then you go back and you do like boomerang chest and boomerang guard, and then you're all ready to ball and chain. You're like, great, and then you now have to look at Zelda longingly across the prison bars.
Yeah, Jamo did get to check the other side of the Skullwoods second part. There and saw that he got spit out at Dark Sanctuary, so that's not a particularly helpful connector to us today.
Yeah.
And we also saw that Skullwoods is a pendant, so we have 2 of our pendants known and 2 of our red crystals known, so we're actually pretty close already to having full knowledge.
Incoherent, by the way, interesting enough, he sold his good bee to the bottle vendor, which is you got to see some game knowledge. You get 100 rupees for it, and then of course that just automatically pays off any bottle vendor debts that you may have. I'm a big fan of bees, especially the good ones, for many APRE reasons. But I was thinking though, specifically for Incoherent, even though he has a bow and a hook shot, he only has 2 bombs and 0 arrows to his name. So the bee actually could have come in handy as like a pinch if you needed to kill something, let's say mini Moldarm Cave. Well, I guess you have hook shot, but or you know, something, right? We have to.
Yeah, there's a few kind of niche cases for it. I'm fine with it with the early trade in there, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference either way. He's already over, he's at 700 rupees now, and
yeah, we're only going to get richer.
Yep.
Jamo, by the way, also doing a little bit. You see, he's a bunny, so he found yet another exit and North Dark Worlds. So that was where is it? Dark Death Mountain Ascent Cave. So that's also less useful, considering we have one at Dark Sank, we have one at Skull Woods, and we have now one there. So yeah, so early connectors don't seem to be that useful so far.
Yeah, we haven't found any particularly exciting ones yet, although we haven't gone out of any of the other Hyrule Castle entrances yet, so there could be some value there.
Yeah, I think Incoherent, though, would be really appreciative of some arrows. Bombs, of course, as well, since he is, let's say, middling inventory. I don't know if it's worth it for him to go back and like farm up the rest. Okay, it is. So he'll at least like be topped off. Because right now, like, we still don't have a permanent weapon. Hook shot does count in some cases that you can insta kill enemies, but it's not like a sword. Like a hook shot, for example, cannot kill guards. So we're still gonna have to rely on our.
It's a pretty limited pool of things that the hook shot can actually kill. But with stunning and with bombs, you can usually get through a lot more. We did see that the stun prize was hearts as well, so potentially useful later on, but nothing for early resources that will affect us there.
Oh my gosh, that is the best chess game prize Incoherent could have gotten from the random one, which is a single arrow. We have 1 shot.
Hey, it's 1 more than we had before.
That's right. An infinite percentage increase. Okay.
We are going to see some of those Hyrule Castle connectors here.
Yeah. Also, right, Jamo is in the Eastern Palace area. I think this is also new information for us. No one has been over here.
Another way to get to the Dark World.
Yes, yes. Okay, well, we apparently have many ways to get to Dark World. Again, if you are a fan of buddy walking, which I don't think either of these guys are, this is your seed.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be in a hurry to do bunny walking at this point with, a dozen White World checks open to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking, like, what do you even have available to you through the bunny walking? Like, you have, like, the bomb shop, and you have Swamp Palace entrance. They're so far.
Yeah, from there, you have, like, a couple of things. You could walk all the way to Archery Game, but...
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we got a handful of North Dark World checks from the other from the save and quit and other options. There's our hammer there in Meyer's Shed for
very
Jamo,
interesting.
as well as our first Swamp Small.
Yeah, we definitely know we're gonna need those. A bunch of those. We're gonna have to also find the dam as well. Flippers, draining, etc., etc. We'll find all our swords in the swamp. Don't worry, we don't need those. Just once, I want someone to go into the tavern and get the joke. It's like everyone's like, Rando is serious business. Like no humor, no joy. Just I have to I have to play this game.
I can't believe these guys aren't taking some time out of their elimination race here to show us all the good jokes the devs have put in here.
Ooh. You know, I didn't think about this when we got the hammer. Jamo is in GT, and we have the hammer and the hookshot.
Now, we're not going to be able to get all the way through left side here with just the one key, I believe, because we're not going to have the guaranteed pot keys you would normally get on the way. But we are going to be able to get over to, I would think, at least as far as Fire Snake route.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine, like, with this keep this early, like, we would just go as far as we can. I would be kind of surprised if Jamo decides to open the map chest. With his one key. So, yeah, I would think that he would want to keep going, especially with the hook shot. He doesn't have to bomb jump anything. So that would just be a lot more ROI for his. Oh, we found a glove. Are we just gonna get
early hammer and early hook shot were apparently given to us for a reason.
Oh. Okay, incoherent finding desert rights. Thinking for a little. Oh my gosh, Jamo's opening the door. Okay, I was not expecting that.
A little surprised, but I get it. I mean, you're here early, and you know you're gonna find more GT keys. You know that. You know whether you end up going to the back through right side or through left side later. The only thing is that it makes like Fire Snake and Rando Room a little bit icky, but not like. I mean, it's not a ton of time to get back to those.
Yeah. I mean, and like, especially with kind of like the first pass, breath first type of approach, like once you've kind of already been in an area, it's a little bit harder to justify going back, unless you have like significantly more stuff, which is probably like part of the trade-offs, right? Because like double switch Pocky, you're already pretty much halfway to Rando Room and Fire Snake, so. It's like it's kind of like going back to pod yet another time with only one more key. You want a lot more keys. Ooh,
right. Meanwhile, incoherent. Oh well, Jamo's about to meet up with him over here, but he coming from different connectors, but they're both going to get spit out the bottom of Speck Rock Cave here and end up on East Death Mountain, as we find Hype Cave there with a GT big key and thankfully even more money.
If only we could figure out how to duplicate Incoherent's luck with money. Or, excuse me, skill with money in real life. It's like, I have all this money. What do I do with it?
You could make, I mean, like a money management service that handles this would be pretty nice.
True. Yeah.
There's our Moon Pearl. So Jamo's going to have a
just regular Dark World access? What is this?
Yeah, not that we didn't have enough ways for Dark World access as it is with all the connectors, but yeah, he's going to have a decent number of things he can go to with relative ease.
Yeah.
The one thing for incoherent is that it may be a little bit of a while till he gets that first glove out of Stalfo's room. There is just because you may not be as incentivized to go do those loose checks in South Light World until you have that glove when you have so many other options available.
Yeah. Especially now, as you kind of alluded to, like we have the Pearl, and and think of all the Dark World we have that's open that we can go explore now. So there is another glove out there. Don't get me wrong. So Incoherent can go find that one. Assuming it's not also like glove locked. But yes, like to get the specific glove that Jamo had earlier, like maybe Incoherent's best bet is like a mirror, maybe, so you can combine some of the Dark World, Light World stuff together.
Yeah, mirror would be nice for him. The other glove would, of course, be a nice thing to find. We've seen Swamp Palace up here. We also seen the bottom entrance of Super Bunny Cave. I assume I would expect both of our runners will probably finish with that and leave the 2 Dark Death Mountain checks up here for now, but we'll see what they actually end up doing. We could find other items that change that plan as well.
Yeah, Incoherent looks like I think he is rescuing the old man. So I expect a companion to pop out right now. Incoherent went above and beyond, of course, rescue the old man in the dark. Not required, of course, because we'll need that lamp. But as you said before, he is a veteran. He knows that cave like the back of his hand. That maybe he can look at during racing. I don't know. Ooh, another Swamp Palace small key. Did Jamo not just... Oh, maybe Jamo just ending on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jamo is holding off on that flute 1 entrance.
Please don't die.
You can kind of come in here and take a death and to reset your health here. Which is exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, look at Incoherent, like, with the heads-up play. It is, like, very punishing right now to die on the mountain. We don't have a lot of health, and there's a reason why they call it Death Mountain. Is you can just get bouldered and dead rocked because everything does 1 heart of damage. And we kind of saw how we got to the mountain to begin with. We were all the way in the farther rightmost cave entrance, whatever, Paradox Bottom, and then we had to hook all the way over here. This is so much time in order to get back to.
Yeah,
like,
unless we find a flute, or unless this connector is somewhere real easy and accessible, we don't have a great way to get back here right now. So yeah, you definitely don't want to take that early death here. And then if you ever want to go back to the other side of the mountain and you have a mirror, you know, that's available to you.
Yeah.
Not really useful to us right now.
A little bit different, of course. This is more like entrance centric. Like, if in non-entrance, once you rescue the old man, even if you die on the mountain, you will have the old man save and quit point right on the mountain. So, like, yes, it is still a time loss, right? You still have the dying thing and the retracing your steps thing, but that's significantly less cost because, again, you're already on the mountain, right? But here, you don't know where that old man save and quit point is. Like if it is on the mountain, like, great. I just don't think we saw it. I don't, like, at least, like, if it's at Hera, like, that's probably the best option. But like I said, we haven't seen that entrance yet. So
yeah,
we will most likely not. We came back for a sword. Excellent.
All right, so both runners going to get their first sword here out of Super Bunny Cave, and we'll see where this connector takes us. We also saw the top entrance of Bumper Cave, which we can do with that hook shot, but obviously with that being a one-way connector, neither runner wanted to follow that, and then we end up, ironically enough, at Bumper Cave entrance.
How about that? So I think every single entrance in North Dark World seemingly is through a connector from Light World. So we have lots and lots of options to get to North Dark World. For better or for worse. The one that we took, as you said, from to get us on top of Bumper Cave, at least we know about it. And once we get that mirror, we will still have to retrace our steps, which is not the shortest path, unfortunately, because we got to go through all the way through Super Bunny to get up there. So maybe that entrance, once you get the mirror, is somewhat to deprioritize because it's such a long trek in order to actually just make that one check.
Yeah, and good shout to Jaxie that we did in fact see the other entrance of Bumper Cave earlier as well. So we're not going to have to worry about that at some point in the future.
Look at that single arrow.
That one arrow played.
Yeah,
if only we had one more arrow from the chess game.
He should have gone back and played chess game again. There's almost no chance that he's gonna get another arrow. But we don't know because it's randomized, but he could have.
Meanwhile, Jamo got 10 arrows there. 10 very valuable arrows out of the back of escape. And our old man save and quit, thankfully, is another Dark World connector there, this time at the archer game.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm just glad that they found the sword because, like if Incoherent did not have that permanent weapon, I don't actually know. I guess, in order to take out the ball and chain, I think that's still enough bombs, technically. You just need 4.
Yeah, there are 4 bombs, and if you use the hook shot to get them together, you could do it with actually 4, but then you also need at least 2 more to kill the guards in the next room, so wouldn't have been real fun to do. Anyway, we're in Eastern Palace now.
We are in Eastern Palace. We didn't even have to bunny revive in order to go in.
I know. How disappointing.
You blame the seed for the early pearl.
Yeah.
In key drop, for what it's worth, I think people tend to go in here maybe just a little bit. There's a little bit more incentive. Nice castle tower key, by the way. We were literally just there on incoherent side. Just because of key drop, the dark square pot key after the big chest, on the way to the big key chest in the dark. That is yet another available, currently illogical because we don't have a lamp. But again, the Eastern gives you a little bit more incentive to go in. Now, of course, if you're the Zelda wall kicks type of principles, you would be punished for not getting that flute from Eastern. And Incoherent is doing a micro dip. Interesting.
Yeah, he was setting it up there before he got that flute, but that's you can do worse than leaving in that. Oh, are we gonna? Oh, maybe this is we're gonna scum to Eastern Palace big key chest here.
Oh my gosh!
So because this is key drop, there are 2 small keys for Eastern Palace shuffled into the item pool that are normally guaranteed under pots, and you need one of them to open the small key door in the back of the dungeon behind the dark Igor room. But this one, the other one, the Eastern Palace big key chest, does not have any such requirements. So potentially setting up a scum here, depending on what we get from this check and the last 2 checks here with the pot and then the big key chest.
Yeah.
But he's going to lose his arrows that he's picking up here too.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, and like if we do end up safe scumming a bit, like that Turtle Rock small key that we end up picking up, not gonna be the end of the world to lose it. If we are going to lose it, we don't know if Eastern's a crystal or pendant. So like having this, like he may, like if Eastern's a pendant, for example, like we may not have never have to beat Arvos. So. Okay, we are leaving. We are not safe scumming. Guess he decided to kind of pivot.
Yeah. And Jamo found Thieves Town at the Hype Cave entrance. Got a Master Sword out of there, which is certainly nice, especially now that we are in Tower of Hera.
Yeah.
With a hook shot.
This is Jamo's preferred way of doing Hera pot without boots, despite him constantly wanting boots. Good thing it helped, by the way, to take this Hera pot. Might have been a little awkward if we couldn't actually damage boost ourselves into this.
Yeah, taking a death warp just so you can bomb jump it always feels a little sad, but
we're gonna get our first dungeon clear. Figure out if this is a crystal pendant. Now we're not supposed to be up here, certainly, because we don't have the big key. But it's never stopped us from doing
by the way.
Oh yeah. If only there was a 300 in that, there would be like absolute like triple vanilla. Ever have that as ice cream flavor? I guess do they have that? Triple vanilla?
Triple vanilla?
They have stuff like triple chocolate, right? Why not triple vanilla?
I'll do triple vanilla. I like vanilla. Nice clean Moldorm fight there for Jamo. Can get our first dungeon clear. And it is a crystal. Wouldn't that just be vanilla? Well, I mean, if we can have triple chocolate, isn't that just chocolate? I mean, you know,
surely there are.
I don't know what the
right?
rules are when it comes to.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just kind of assumed that there were other variations of vanilla.
There's vanilla. There's French vanilla. There's probably a third one.
Swiss vanilla. Sweet vanilla. Sure. We can ask. We can ask some of our morning risers who are probably still asleep. In Europe, I meant.
Chocolate thinks it's so special with its milk chocolate and dark chocolate and
milk chocolate isn't okay. I guess
white
it's technically chocolate, but white chocolate is not chocolate.
anyway, Incoherent making his way over here, and he's going to get his Master Sword here from Thieves Town, clear up everything else that Jamo's been doing as well.
Yeah, and so far, not having this glove from like that Jamo got from GT hasn't really hurt Incoherent. We'll kind of see which glove lock locations he might be missing out. Like off the top of my head, I can't really think of that many that we haven't like already had access to from like connectors that were glove locks. So maybe.
Yeah, I think the only entrance check that Jamo's up so far are the desert rock there that was right next to where he got the glove in GT, and then the bottom of Bumper Cave entrance, which I don't think was anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jack, white chocolate is good. I didn't say it wasn't. It's just not chocolate. It's like sugar. Pure sugar. Alright, Incoherent. With this not hammer that we don't have yet, we'll in fact be stuck doing a Moldorm fight that is well, even less good than NMG, like more painful than NMG. And NMG is already pretty painful on this fight.
Yeah, the one nice thing you have is you do have that hook shot where you can kind of cheese a spin there when you get to the end of this fight. But yeah, it's a little gross. And speaking of a little gross, we've got Ice Palace with a nice map to this dungeon there, all the way at pod entrance.
Charging a mission. Yeah, that was a very nice fight by Incoherent, by the way, as you said. The boots really do help. Not only, of course, like in general, but the boots he saw, especially in NMG runs, right? It's much more of like a stabilizer. You can like dash into him and poke, so it's much safer. But here, Incoherent's kind of at the mercy. He almost fell because Moldorm knocked him so far.
Yeah, that was a well-handled fight, and of course, Incoherent will once again get something one check too late for the place he was just at here with this Master Sword. But in this case, he didn't miss out on anything. It just would have meant a slightly quicker fight.
Yeah. I'm very happy, by the way, to have Mirror Scroll. Jamo kind of mentioned this in the race room before this. He's trying to hook and it's not working. He didn't mention that part, but he did mention, especially in key drop, not having the Mirror Scroll can be a little bit more tedious. Just because you're probably diving dungeons just a little bit more, because once in this case you get some number of keys, you want to be able to go into the dungeon and get some stuff, and then you don't necessarily want to keep death warping out multiple times.
Yeah,
so.
You're almost certainly going to do those checks, but yeah, it's annoying to have to set up, especially if you're like on 12 hearts trying to take a death warp in what's normally a early game dungeon. It's just annoying. I do find the dam over here in the Ice Red Cave area for Jamo. So that's once we have flippers, we'll have a few checks available to us in Swamp Palace up on the mountain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we already have 3 small keys, which means, especially with Specky Clip, we can go pretty far. We if Jamo really wants to go to Phelps Way, like the pot key, the waterway pot key, he has the ability to. And again, just like Pod and Key Sanity, there is nothing precluding Swamp from having a small key to this dungeon in the dungeon. So like, you've seen it happen before. Flipeel went in with 3 small keys, went all the way, got a vanilla key, and then was able to beat Argus.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of pod keys, when are we gonna start finding those?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. There's 6 of them. That hasn't changed to key drop. Ooh, look at this.
Pod is okay. So that's our full knowledge then.
Interesting.
I'm curious if Jamo might be a little bit more inspired with that pendant knowledge to actually check the big key chest here.
Yeah, exactly. I have very rarely, if at all, seen him save Scum keys before. So we'll see what he would decide to do. Like what I saw from Incoherent was very. I mean, I thought it was a very like creative way in order to be able to kind of like hedge his bets. Yeah, but incoherent. Ooh, speaking of, you have prophesized this, Will. We found the backup desert. Oh, it's the other glove. Amazing.
All right.
Amazing.
So we're on glove parity from 2 different locations now. That is a nice find for incoherent there.
Unnecessary arrows, but farmable, I believe. Oh my gosh, that is a fire source in the back of desert as well. Like, where's our small key? Could have actually beaten the
I was gonna
dungeon
say,
outright.
yeah, we're actually just a small key from beating it.
Okay, I didn't quite catch how Coherent even got here, so I'm glad he's actually going back. Oh, through desert middle. Okay, okay, very accessible.
That's going to be, I guess, the only way to that glove, unless we have a connector to the mire entrance there, because yeah, you're not going to be able to get here the quote unquote vanilla way by fluting, since you need mitts.
All right, Jamo, I believe, is continuing. Look at this. Look at this big move. All right, I'm pretty excited to see this. And there's no safe scumming here, by the way. Like, I don't remember the last time he saved and quit or done anything.
This is not just a pendant, but a red-blue pendant. Okay,
Yeah,
Hyrule Castle small key is not nothing.
That's an interesting small key. So that one small key alone doesn't actually, like, unlock anything logically. Like, you need at least 2 keys to logically do something. Now, practically speaking, right, we can go get Boomerang Chest and Boomerang Guard. What incoherent, well, no key. Like, we can also go get the key route from the back of Escape, going there. So that does give Jamo some, but I think, like, maybe also gives Jamo some logical implications that Hyrule Castle key is locked by both Eastern Palace small keys. So maybe,
yeah,
you know, keep that in mind.
Jamo also got the 3rd Thieves Town small key there, so once we get the big key to that, he will be able to clear that one fully, which is a nice find. That 3rd key was hammer locked there in Village of Outcasts, so potentially something that could be a little bit, you know, potentially something that could be trickier for incoherent to find in the right order there.
Yeah.
Before we find a Thieves Big and go just clear that dungeon to clear it.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, we cannot stress enough, like, how unusual certain things are. Like, finding everything you need in order to full clear the dungeon the entire time, like, the entire way in key drop. Like, that almost never happens. It's like finding all 6 keys in Key Sanity.
You alluded to it earlier when discussing the mirror scroll setting, but yeah, you definitely are going to do just be doing more dungeon dips than you normally would be in Crosskeys or otherwise in this mode, just because of how many extra keys you need to clear dungeons, and because of how many different you know, how many more items get introduced to the pool that would normally be your vanilla small keys or whatever.
Yep. Alright, Jamo checking out, it looks like a blind entrance. Not for blind. Checking an entrance without actually looking, and was found useless fairy. So nothing super exciting. Trying to think if we know by now what's behind Aga 2. I'm not quite sure. It might be a Skull Blitz connector. I don't remember all the other things all the other drop downs we've seen though.
Did we see the well?
We have not seen the well yet.
I think that's
it might
our
be the
answer
well.
at
Yeah,
this point.
Okay. All right. Well, excellent. More incentive to climb. We have the GT big key. We have 2 out of 8 keys. Like, we need 0 small keys logically to get the mini helmet chest, for the record. So, like, we can climb already. We just maybe want to wait for a couple more keys so we can do the whole shebang.
But yeah, I mean, with 2 small keys, you can go all the way through. I don't know that that's necessarily the first thing you'd want to do there, but with incoherent, not having the hammer and still having not found GT, depending on when he finds it, that could be an appealing option to him, honestly. Especially if he has made the connection that is in fact a 10 item climb.
Yeah, his equipment isn't even that bad. Like, yeah, like we don't have a lot of health, and yeah, we don't boost, but I think we got silvers and a master sword. Like, that's pretty good.
I think he's enough of a gamer that if it, push comes to shove there, he can do it on 6 hearts.
Yeah. Alright, Jamo is continuing onwards. We're just gonna spend this higher castle key, really pressing this. So this Frederick, the key rat, is locked by 3 higher castle keys.
And bombos, which he thankfully has.
Will, I thought we were friends. You better not use bombos, man. I'm leaving this restream. Pull this out. Alright, look, okay. He shows some mercy. Oh, it's a castle tower key. Wow. So, Jamo has not found castle tower yet, right?
I don't believe so, because he did. He found the other castle tower key that Inko got right after being in CT. And speaking of, we are in GT now on Incoherent side. So
without the hammer.
With no hammer, with no cane. So we're rechecking. Okay, we're gonna go check the pod on the left side here.
We can certainly at least get conveyor crosspot key. It's aptly named because there's a conveyor here and it's a cross with the pegs
and a pot.
Yep. So it looks like we are not continuing onwards.
Not yet, but I wouldn't be totally shocked, especially if that hammer eludes him for a bit longer here to see that option on the table for him. Oh, there's our second Eastern Palace small key.
That was the other, So suddenly, yeah, like all the stuff Jamo has been doing is now like in logic. So now I'm kind of, I mean, other than the 1 higher castle small key getting a check-in, like, but yes, like if that key is just readily available on Magic Bad.
This flute is?
Dude, what the heck? Standing towards the bird saves time.
What is going on?
I am not seeing that.
Wait, has he activated his flute?
He did, yeah, because he saw the bird.
Yeah,
like he saw the bird trying to like pick him up. What the heck? What on earth? Did something happen? What?
I am.
Is he on like a different layer or something?
This is. Delete the Uber Bird app and write an angry letter to the CEO. Like,
I have no idea what even could have caused this. Okay, all right, everything's
okay.
Good now. It works. We have reset the app and turned it back on. now I'm like scared. Good thing at least he was kind of like in CAC, right? Or whatever. Like he could save and quit, and then like. It wasn't like somewhere that he was extremely far away, and then he had to make me like lose some of his progress.
That is the second time today I've seen a glitch in this game that I had not encountered before today. The other one was in the Ice Palace room full of berries where you like would bomb jump or hook shot across the pit, and just watching someone use the bombos, and it just did nothing. It just went, or actually, no, I actually did the noise, and used the magic up, but then didn't like actually blow anything up.
Whoa!
It was,
what? Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a sprite thing or what, but I had not seen that one before either.
Wow.
So
okay.
I've only been playing this rando competitively for like 8 years. It's nice to still be discovering new and fun broken things here to this day.
That's how you keep the game fresh. Discover something new about it. Okay, so Jamo is here without the lamp specifically, but he does in fact have 2 medallions that he can kind of use to navigate the dark room. So he's gonna be able to get at least this neck check. Actually, all of this stuff is logic because incoherent found the lamp, right?
I think the lamp is 1 desert small from logic, because that one at the back is 3 locked.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it's close to logic at least.
Okay. Won't ever complain about a tempered sword.
Nice. Yeah. This next check's gonna be a little bit. Yeah, we're getting out of here. This is, I was gonna say, without having any fire source, the next couple rooms are not easy to do, completely in the dark, and we're still on a pretty low heart count here, so I think Jamo, once he started getting bullied there, made the right call to just bail on it.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on, again, like mostly your comfort level with Dark Aga. Like, if especially for these guys, if you have any type of fire source, lamp is certainly the easiest one. Fire rod, I think most of these guys are. It's much more doable as long as you know like where to kind of shoot the torch, and then you kind of go into like the second tier items, like, well, maybe you can kill things with bombos or ether, so then you don't have that pesky blue guard kind of like interfering with your way, and you pull up that dark room map and all this, but it can definitely be much more trouble than it's worth. So
yeah. Nice, almost simultaneous kern jumps there from our runners,
yeah.
but a little bit of divergence in what direction they're heading here, as Jim is heading to the very dangerous dark shopping mall area.
It's a really bad neighborhood. Try not to go here at night.
Yeah, it's rough. You make sure you just keep your wits about you here. We do find the back of Skullwoods here. Unless we find a fire rod, this is not going to be. There's not going to be anything else that Jamo can do here. But
yeah, I don't know if he actually had the lamp that Incoherent had from Desert. If he actually would have beaten an out of logic Mothula, mainly because it's just so far. Like, there's nothing else over here, and so like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just beat it now, or are you basically just like never come back for 2 hours?
I feel like you don't feel good about it, but you probably just do it because of where it is.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, the handling charges are it's very expensive.
I mean, we'll see, because Incoherent's going to have to actually make that decision, even though it's not. Ooh. Even though it's an out of logic 2 ways potential clear, with the lamp, he can do it.
Oh my god, Incoherent, no!
If he lives, which he did not, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately, like he actually got through the whole fake flipper thing. Both Jamo and Inco did unscathed, which is a feat in itself. Because if you get hit during fake flipper state, you will lose a bunch of time trying to have the game like readjust itself, and basically you don't have any control, etc., etc. And then of course, like, yeah, Incoherent ended up dying. I mean, it turns out there's kind of nothing over there, so it's fine. Like, we know that for Inco's sake. However, Incoherent does not know that for his sake. So yeah, like, it will be probably something that he might go try back and do later. But hopefully not for his sake.
Yeah, I mean, at some point I imagine he'll get back there, but you know, it's you're not. Even in the best of times, you're not like dying to get over to Dark Shopping Mall. So.
Yeah.
The good news is that he is heading over here and will get his hammer in pretty short order, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully he won't feel too bad. It never feels very good, like when you're kind of visiting these Sphere 0/1 locations at the like 50-minute mark, or the hour mark, or the hour and a half mark, and then you're like, the hammer's here, the boots are here. Okay, yeah, I could have had that like an hour ago. Now, granted, I think the only real thing, maybe this like hammer kind of held it back for him, was doing GT, like left side GT, which now he can kind of get back to.
Flute, yeah, he has flute to get back to.
So like, maybe, it's not. Oh, I guess maybe could have used the hammer for Moldorm, but he also didn't need it, right? Like, I mean, like.
Yeah, he hasn't missed out on anything other than really that like third Thieves Town key, which maybe doesn't even matter. Yeah. Yeah, Hammer thankfully doesn't gate a bunch of stuff. We saw Ice Palace, but we didn't have keys to go far in it.
Yeah, that's true.
So looks like Incoherent's gonna probably follow or potentially follow the same path here that'll lead him over to that Ice Palace at pod entrance.
Yeah, and other than this Ice Palace big key, we have not seen any of the 5, I think, Ice Palace small keys.
That is correct.
Wonder where they are. Some of these keys are very good at hide and seek.
I mean, it is. We know it's a crystal, so they're out there. I mean, all the keys are out there, but you know what I mean.
Yes. You have to go find them first, or find some of them first. Yeah, and the fact that we have regular Dark World access with Glove. I guess combined we have Mitts and Hammer and Pearl and Flute. So we have like access to locations, but I don't know if we really have much more beyond once we get to the entrance. Like, what can we do? Type of thing, right? Like, we don't have small keys to get to dungeons. We don't have flippers to get into swamp. We don't have like Samaria. We don't have like Fire Rod, right? In order to go beat like the back of Skull Woods, for example. It's just, like we're just kind of. I'm not really sure like what the direction. I guess what we're supposed to be doing next.
Yeah, we don't have a
no mirror.
With no mirror, it does feel like we're looking for a mirror or a boots or something like that to kind of open the rest of the game world up for us. This is going to be 2 new checks here on Jamo's side with these Dark Death Mountain entrances.
I'm glad to see both Jamo and Incoherent kind of like remember that this is a key drop. Like sometimes, again, like especially if you're used to Crosskeys key sanity, muscle memory is you have no whatever, you find Ice Palace, you just nope straight out, right? And so in this case, it was just a map to this dungeon, so not going to be a big deal. But it could have been something else, right? And they just forget. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think you with the opt-in settings, you probably have some degree of familiarity and comfort level with key drop if you're picking that, even as a 50-50 option. But right now we're focused on 7 new checks here from Jamo as we found an entrance that we can, a usable entrance into Paradox Cave here.
Okay, TR big. We have not found. I think Inco found TR front. I don't think we found any other TR entrance. So
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah.
We're also going to see one new connector here. With the middle entrance after Jamo gets the items here.
Our second pot key. 2 keys back to back. It's like the buddy system. You know, you can't go anywhere without your buddy.
It's true. Oh, and we get over to East Dark Death Mountain and get to put those pod buddies to work here. We have both bows, in fact, as well. So we don't need to mimic clip today. All right. So we've got 2 small keys.
How are you?
We've got a bow. We've got a hammer. What kind of fun route are you doing here?
Okay. Opening the front door. What is a good number of keys to pod, ideally? Like, okay, ideally, I guess we have 5, but like, barring that we can't get 5, is like, you know, like, is like 1 better than sorry, is it like a strict order? Is like 4 better than 3, better than 2, better than 1 type of thing?
I think so. In terms of it gives you more options. In terms of comfort level, if you're finding pendant pod in this case, I'm perfectly happy finding it with 4 and then just forgetting that helmet ever exists.
Okay, all right. We're in the same boat. That's why we're buddies. Unless you use bombos.
There is there was the option of, you know, just taking this all the way through here, ignoring Stalfo's basement and just going straight to the back and getting harmless hellway here for Jamo, but he's taking the, I would think, slightly more sensible option of just opening the front door.
Even I think for Pendant Pod, and I've heard other people say this, it's like it doesn't matter. Just open the door. Just open the middle door. You can save yourself a lot of headache.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit of a, maybe not, maybe Memer's Delight is putting it a little too harshly, but I think for someone like Jamo, who is, a just strong runner on execution and routing in general and hasn't had any major pratfalls in the sea, you don't really feel like you have to take kind of gambly swings.
Yeah. Alright. Inco on the first Vice Pal Smolky here. That's 4 Plucky Light. I was gonna say, like, so Incoherent is on the left side GT. He has decided to not open map chests. We're gonna go all the way to Ice Armos with our 2 keys, and he picked up another pod key.
Yep. So, pod key in Fire Snake Room was one that Jamo did not have.
Yeah. Okay, find our first Higher Castle key on Incoherent side. And what is Rando Room locked by 7 keys? Is that right? 7 GT?
I think it may be. I think it might be all 8.
All 8? Okay. I never remember. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's behind a whole bunch of GT keys, but that won't stop you from using those keys and having those checks available.
Oh yeah. Because you, like, as you said, like all the keys are available. It's just that they may not always be like convenient. So the fact that we just have so much density, like they can just show up. Like for all I know, Incoherent's gonna find 5 GT small keys in Paradox, right? And then suddenly it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. Jamo has found. What has he even found in Pod? He found GT small key on the Bullock side.
And a nice Palace small.
And nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There at Bob's chest for
okay. Probably not something we're gonna rush back to since we've already Hera potted and beat the dungeon, but good to know, right? That Hera big key and that beating Hera is a bunch of GT key locks. Oh, here's another big key. Oh, the thieves. Oh, and a book? Whoa. Well.
That's an interesting set of items.
Do we think that Incoherent's gonna need that 3rd Thief's Town small key?
We'll see. I mean, there's a very real chance without having a lot of other good options right now, that I could see him ending up in Thieves sooner than later. But we'll see what direction he goes from here. He did just get the mitts, which opens up a little bit of like a couple new checks for him. And we got the book, which opens up Desert Main entrance.
That's true. And we had the flute, so it's like not too bad to get to. Granted, Incoherent was already over there at some point, like kind of right before this, but again, it's just a quick one-off over there. Okay, Incoherent is going to go over to the. Are we gonna fit? No, we need too much fried chicken on Rocco's side. Unfortunately, can't fit.
So this is going to be I think the 3 Mitzlock checks over here. I forget if there's anything else worth returning for.
Was Pod over here? Is that right? That's how Jamo got over? Like,
yeah, Jamo followed a connector, but yeah, so this will end up being Paradox Cave and Pod for Inco as well, who will have an extra small key on entering.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, that could make a difference. Like, we'll see, because Inco is going to be open, well, again, depending on the route that he takes, he's kind of said, especially with Pendant Pod, he may be able to get big key chests, or Harmless Hellway, or both. If he wants to abandon, like, Stopless Basement, just never open the middle door, or do, like, Bollock side a million times.
Well, he's going to enter once with 1 key, and then he's going to find 2 more small keys and
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, then yeah, come back.
yeah. For Jamo, I feel like Thieves Town will be very soon in his future, with that being full clearable.
All right.
Now, granted, I was gonna say that the Thieves Big is not in logic yet because, again, you need a bunch of small keys for it. But that, again, you keep that in the back of your mind, but you don't let it guide your decision making in this case.
Jamo might have mismarked an entrance or gotten to the wrong one. Oh, it probably
Thieves is at the dark entrance here. Yeah.
Again, why can't we just get our fortune told?
I mean, you can. It's a nice worst case scenario heart refill. In exchange for $20 and a bunch of text boxes.
So just like real life.
Yeah, that's basically what fortune telling in real life is like. As far as I know, I've never actually been to see Sister Nina. I'm sure she's lovely.
Oh yeah. If I ever call into like a psychic, I will let you know my experience.
Likewise, that is the Will WC promise.
Yes.
When I get my fortune told, you will know about it.
Is that our first Meyer small key? Aren't there like 6 of those or something as well? 5 of them, 6 of them?
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Large number as well. We're really getting like very slow trickle of these like small keys. I kind of would have thought that 6. Thank you, Tomatalk. That maybe we would have been these keys would have been dropping in more frequently. Oh, that is Desert Palace big key. One more small key, and we're ready to beat that dungeon. Okay, is Incoherent gonna go back? Or is he gonna follow one of these paradox connectors?
Looks like he's going to take the connector here. I think this may just be an informational thing, and if it's not something he can use, I could see him hightailing it back a pod here for a bunch of checks. But I mean, this is
another entrance, yeah.
Yeah, it's another entrance. We'll see if he comes back for it. It is a fair bit of walking to do for those checks, but I think with it being, you know, you're getting 6 or 7 checks now with those extra 2 keys. I think you do it. There's Gold Sword in the Maiden's Cell for Jamo, and
it'll really help us on the blind fight.
Yep, and somewhat important or potentially important Thieves Town big chest here. We'll see if this is anything.
TBD,
that
TBD.
is one extremely large to be determined on the Hyrule Castle big key.
Right,
we're still that's still not accessible to us, but it is a thing. It is certainly a thing that exists.
That is only usable after all 4 Hyrule Castle small keys. So logically, right? You can always go back with because you can spend your keys intelligently.
Yeah.
But yes.
I mean, Jamo has already spent 1 Hyrule small key, so
he got a Castle Tower key out, but he didn't even use it because he was like, "I need a lamp.
He tried.
Or I need a fire rod."
Tried.
Is that supposed to count?
We're all trying our best.
Okay.
Yes. It's dark and scary in there.
Another Skullwood small key. I see on the tracker we have 4 Skullwood small keys. It's a lot of small keys.
It's almost a full set.
The fact that Incoherent's back here with another pod key makes me think that he'll probably open Harmless Hellway, since we're kind of here.
I would think so, yeah.
Ooh, Jamo. Actually, gonna patch up this hole faster than I thought he was going to. Maybe we're just kind of in the area.
Yeah, I think since you're already in the Dark World here, you don't have a mirror. You don't really have anything else you can do in this area. And this is, you know,
my
oh,
gosh.
that is a big find there in Harmless Hellway with the fire rod.
That is a huge find by Incoherent. That fire rod is actually, yes, it's required. It's hard required because Trinex, we know, our TR is a crystal. So we're definitely going to need that.
That also means both fire sources are pretty out of the way now for Jamo, because the lamp requires following that desert
Oh my
exit.
gosh, yeah, you're right.
And that fire rod is now very isolated up at Pod and East Dark Death Mountain. That's, you have one more, you have the small key now for it, but you know, when are you ever going to want to do that, especially with it being pendant Pod?
Yeah,
that could be.
Oh yeah, it could be a while. Now maybe Jamo's willing to go back to the back of desert for that lamp, at least for a fire source. But like, given the fact that he has he has a Dallas Palace big key and 2 Desert Palace small keys, is like, can we just maybe hold off for one more key? Because then I can just
until you find the mirror, you aren't like super hungry to go chasing connectors right now.
Yeah,
especially when there's, you know, a fair number of other options that you can do. There's still a few loose entrances. We haven't even, you know, there are other things that you would rather do than go on a long walk through Desert Palace to, you know, hoping to get spit out in Mire area, basically.
Yeah. You would really only take that if you were like, you know, long walks on the beach with your partner, buddy. Otherwise, if you're going solo, man, it's a long walk.
Yeah.
Incoherent, by the way, he is in Thieves Town without the Thieves Town small key. Sorry, the 3rd Thieves Town small key. We'll see what the consequences are, because right now, like, Incoherent has the fire rod over Jamo, which we kind of already discussed. It might be a little bit before Jamo gets to that. But again, like, if something's in Zelda Cell in Hyrule Castle, it will be a very long time before Incoherent comes back here. So if that's like, if there's something in Zelda Cell, that's as close to an hour 10-minute GG as you can have, but we won't know that answer for a while still. Jamo is here in Desert Palace now. We'll see if he takes all the entrances here or what his plan is after this. But he is switching to the... Oh, there's an ice rod there in the desert big chest. Interesting.
All right, yeah, and it does look like Jamo's going to follow this connector out, so that's good. That'll get him on path here to his lamp.
Yeah, it does kind of make me wonder though, like, what the next major piece of like progression or item is gonna like open up. I mean, is it boots? Is it mirror? Is it flippers? Like, are we like, is this a Maria? Like, are we supposed to be like diving, you know, like TR front or something? You'll get compass chests.
Yeah, we have a fair number of TR small keys. Right. So
yeah, like maybe we were supposed to actually just traverse the front and go to the back. Who knows?
I mean, flippers, we've already seen all the entrance checks locked by it, but it does give us a fair number of items in Ice Palace to do. And mirrors a number of entrances. We're still looking for Misery Mire. We're still looking for...
Oh yeah, we haven't found the dungeons.
all our tier entrances.
Okay, this is... I don't know what that is. Death Mountain Descent? Yes, it is. I need a light.
We're gonna get a lamp here.
Yeah, that is true. Alright, Jam was hoping certainly for a vanilla small key. Not happening, but yes, at least you will get the lamp.
And his mitts, which are also...
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Also
I forgot about those. Yeah, I guess now we have, like, mirrorless smith chain available to us. At least... I don't know. I mean, the smith is vanilla. Tomotaken mentioned that, so I remembered. And so it's not like it's much different. It's like not any different than if you do a non-entrance vanilla smith chain or mirrorless smith chain. Nobody wanted to do it. So At least we have flute, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway,
Maybe that's what we're
incoherent
doing right
finishing
now.
down, gets his second crystal, and yeah, I guess we're gonna go ahead. I mean, with the old man save and quit being on the same screen, it's not particularly onerous to get this one done. And we also have hammer pegs if you want to pick that up with purple chest after this. So it's not unreasonable. As mirrorless smith chains go, this is far from the worst that you can have.
I don't know if something happened for Incoherent. He didn't quite.
I think he just forgot to. I think he just didn't switch off the bombs and then.
Oh, okay.
Thought he had used his hook shot and placed another bomb there that was going to.
I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's why there was a bomb there right next to the pot. And it's like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, no. After the weird standoffish bird, I don't think we want any more shenanigans tonight.
Yeah. All right, Jamo got a GT small key. Jamo, that screen. Okay, I think that screen is just cursed. Like, don't call the bird. There, all right, like we clearly saw it didn't work. So no reason to keep trying.
I think this is going to be a new check here for Incoherent heading over to the pyramid.
Yes, Jamo was over here, picked up some big key.
Oh, that's right. There was that was the swamp big that was here.
A swamp. Okay, swamp big. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, and this is like coming over to pyramid is something that you really want to hold off for the mirror because again, like it's not exactly convenient to get here. You can mirror on top of the pyramid to go get your 3 entrances, but we're getting down to some desperate times without the mirror.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you happen to catch one of the earlier races today on ZSR, that the desire to hold out for mirror and swords to come over to the pyramid area played a surprisingly decisive role in that race.
Oh, look at this though, Jamo.
Oh, mirror is at the hammer pegs entrance.
Wow. Okay. Oh well, it looks like that's where Incoherent's going. Which means it's mislocked. I don't know how good either runner will feel about this. Like, chances are, maybe the better case would be nobody feels that bad because, like, okay, this is mirror. No one's gonna do hammer pegs without, committing to the mirrorless smith chain, right? Kind of nobody wants to do that. Kind of at the same time, though, like, both runners were kind of, like, not, like, early to their respective myths, like, because they got different gloves, and so then I don't know. They're like, oh, well, they're both gloves are actually pretty accessible. Did my opponent do this earlier? I don't know. And have this mirror that I've been wandering around for an hour without it.
Jamo got the Skull Woods big there off a purple chest, which also leads me to notice that up until that point, he had all of the big keys except the big keys of our 3 pendant dungeons.
Nice.
Which is usually like the opposite of how it usually works.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Crosskeys is usually like big keys. You get the big key to pendant dungeons first, and then you get like the big key to Howard Castle, and then you get the big key to GT, and then you can get your crystal big keys. See, Jamo's taking advantage of the fact that the flute doesn't work. I mean, it actually does work, but like it actually gets him past the portal. But yes.
All right, there's that Thieves 3 for Incoherent, which I'm presuming elicits well, that is a check that exists at the very, very end of my exhausted options later on. Okay, so I guess we're kind of scouring over the mirror lock stuff. A little unfortunate for both Inco and Jamo that we've done a lot of this stuff without the mirror. So we're kind of have to go back. The good, quote-unquote, good news is that both runners are in the exact same boat. No one had an advantage over the other, but they certainly think that the other person might have had the advantage over them. Yeah, Inco, like he streams the cam. That was. That elicited a reaction. If that was Incoherent's happy face, I do not want to see him sad. Okay. Little do they know. I mean, they picked up the mirror within like 2 minutes of each other. Yeah, I mean, and neither one really, like, in reality is hurt by it. I think maybe Inko is a little more tilted just because he had the mitts for quite a while longer. Although he was a little bit later to the hammer, knowing that was in, the Sphere 1 check as well.
Yeah.
I think he would have maybe felt a little bit worse about that than Jamo, who had just gotten his mitts, 5-10 minutes before by following Desert Connector out into my area. So.
Yeah, that also was available at minute 5 or something of the game.
Right. Yeah, and the glove that was there wasn't even locked by any of the desert keys. It was just the pearl. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's just tiles 1 at the beginning. Yeah. So both runners are kind of, I guess, I don't know, back on something that they can go do more, that they maybe feel a little bit better about, against, I guess, some efficiency. But I also don't know if they have any direction.
Yeah, I mean, we've got, top of Death Mountain now is accessible, which is a fair number of entrance checks. Jamo finds his way to the back of Skullwood, so this will be... Okay. Oh, he hasn't...
His blind 20 rupee drop, yeah.
Yeah. Now, one question I don't know about Zulka Woods is the back of Skullwoods there a guaranteed connector? Oh, yeah, he doesn't have the fire rod. Okay, never mind. That's why
I don't think it has to be. Some combination of Skullwood's back, Skullwood's second section.
One of the 2 entrances left. There is guaranteed, yes. But not a specific one. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. That's kind of what I thought it was, but then, yeah, mostly it was just me forgetting that Jamo does not have the fire rod. So,
yeah, the Jamo is quote unquote blissfully unaware that the fire rod is in Harmless Hellway, which he was only there on 2 keys, and Incoherent now having. Where did he get his third hotkey from? GT or something? Yeah, GT.
Yeah, it was in GT.
Yeah. How was there on 3 keys and decided to open Harmless Hellway when he was back there. And yeah.
Yeah, right now that's a decently isolated check. And even if Jamo goes up here to Death Mountain and to clear those entrances, I'm not sure if you do go back in, you go all the way to Harmless Hellway to open just the 1 check.
Yeah, you would need the big key. You would really want the big key in order to go back there, right? Otherwise, if you get even a bunch of small keys, I would imagine you would do the front.
Yeah, big key would be something to attract you to the back, or having, if you had 5 keys, then I think you definitely do it. But we see Spiral Cave there and the left entrance there on top of the castle. Be right back for that. Another connector next door.
Yeah, we'll be right back maybe for that one too.
Can we go 3 for 3? We can.
All right, well, at least this one's a fast connector, so we'll and it's not one way.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Another higher castle small key. Okay.
Let's see. What is TR Bridge our only outstanding connector that we have any interest in?
Connector, probably, maybe.
Yeah, we've seen top of bumper. We've seen we have regular Mire access. Yeah, I think that's the only one that has any special significance.
Did we see Fair Ascension top, in Light World entrance? I know we saw the Laser Bridge one.
I think we did have the dark, the TR safety door entrance there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we do have access to it. It just may not be convenient to get back to. Gotcha. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, look, we got spit out at a Boots Lock location. Great.
Sure would be nice to have those, huh?
I think we're about the point of the seed where it's you know what, I'm ready for some boots now. Jamo probably was ready for some boots about an hour and 23 minutes ago, but yeah, who's counting?
All right, interesting check here. Yeah, Inko is in the back of Skull Woods now.
Yeah.
So let's see what's at back. It is
It's
nothing.
just a fairy fountain. I was gonna say, speaking of that fire rod, and like I was looking in Skull Woods. According to our trackers, Jamo and Incoherent have all 5 Skull Wood small keys and the big key.
That's neat. Nothing on
Like,
pedestal today.
Incoherent does not know about Skullback, because he died, unfortunately, trying to go do Dark Shopping Mall, and until we get those flippers, I don't see him going back there, like, to make another reattempt.
Yeah, flippers are probably not going to be the thing that drive him back there, because otherwise I mean, like, we have the bow, so it's not, a huge pain to do, but it's not, you're not, like we just got this mirror. We're not dying to go do a bunch of out of logic and church checks.
Yeah, and plus, like, as I guess I'm also looking at the tracker. Like, we have 4 we have 4 Swamp Palace small keys. Like, when we get the flippers, we're going to Swamp. So.
Jamo found the big key chest, or the big chest entrance here of TR. And we're also going to see the Skull Woods big chest here for the first time.
Right,
and it's a TR small.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, another maybe thing in key drop that you don't want to necessarily encounter too early is you might have to go kill that Pokey on very little equipment. No, now we have like blue mail, gold sword, etc. But like, if you find it early, we did see this one only drop 20 rupees, but it could have dropped something more important. Is that Higher Castle small key, by the way, that we got in Lava Chest?
That was a pod small.
Pod small. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Well, that might kind of,
I mean, that is a good thing for Jamo,
shimmy.
Objectively, in
Yes.
pointing him towards the fire rod.
Okay, all right, just a little early. That was a Higher Castle small key apparently on Poke 1. But yeah, like I kind of really need to kind of shove Jamo in that direction.
Yeah, I think probably the best case for him is if he goes up to Death Mountain to finish off those entrances at some point here in the near future, and then like at the end of that route, after doing the top of Dark Death Mountain, picking up, like saying, oh, I can do a couple more checks in pod, I might as well while I'm here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But, if he finds boots and a big key or something to draw him away, while he's up here, then maybe we don't do that. Cane or something like that opens up a lot more stuff to do. That maybe lowers the value of going back into pod for just a couple of loose checks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of no cane, so we are here. We found Misery Mire, and we have one small key.
Not
like,
the ideal number.
Yeah, I don't even actually think we can get all the checks here, only on one small key. Specifically, we cannot get the right side, like fire-locked ones. That does require 2 keys. I think we can get everything else. I mean, other than Vitreous, because that requires the cane. But, I mean, like, both Incoherent and Jamo have only, like, in their entirety of their searches, I've only found one Mire small key. I mean, again, we can have a small key in this dungeon, but people don't necessarily, like, depend on it.
It's not high likelihood. It is possible, yeah. I fully expected that to be a Mire small as soon as we saw that. But instead it's Desert 3, which does give us a clearable crystal, even though it's only one new check.
Something tells me there's not going to be any regular arrow usage from either side, given how late they both were to the mirror. I mean, I don't think I've seen Eiko do.
I'd say it's unlikely. You may know Jamo's commitment to the bit better than I do, but yeah, I have a feeling for a race like this, it'll probably be all business.
Yeah. Alright, we kind of... Unfortunately, we don't have a compass to this dungeon, so we can't really be counting along with Jamo. But let's see, he can get Bridge Chest, he can get Fishbone, I'm pretty sure, because he has the big key and the hook shot. That is a Cane of Samaria. I guess we're gonna beat this dungeon.
Yeah. Going to be a good bit of a little bit of extra walk to get there, but that's it is a crystal.
I think it's, I mean, Fishbone should be in logic on this because I'm pretty sure, like, I think Fishbone is in logic with just the big key. So, like, yes, it is far to walk. I mean, I don't know, it might be like a kind of like an iced tea equivalent, like, it's available, but like,
yeah, you'd have to walk right out of this room, which is what he's going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a long walk, but with it being a logical check, you've already
Exactly.
with finding the cane here, you've already kind of committed to this being like, I'm here in Mire, I'm here for the long haul. Might as well do this, especially since we know it's available to us.
I'm not really sure for what it's worth, like if it's even gonna be that much faster to come back and do like the fire lot checks alongside. Jamo doesn't. It's not even gonna pick it up. No, there's not even a text box with the pot stuff. It's just he just saw the thing and then no, forget this. Shouldn't have checked it.
He does get to at least, save a little bit of time by hitting or pick up a little bit of time back. It's not a time save after having walked all the way here, but you get to pick up a little bit of time by hitting the switch. And since you're not doing spooky in here, you get to save a little bit of time back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can't even do like AD spooky either, or whatever like the alternate setup is, because we don't have the fire on.
Yeah, you can do it with the ice rod to get around the...
right. I think you're... Yeah. No, what you're saying now sounds very familiar.
But yeah, it's
that,
probably... it's a bit more faff, and just we were already able to hit the switch. You got what you need there.
All right, Inko's following suit, correct?
Yeah, he is heading over here. He'll find Mire in just a second as well.
All right.
Looks like he's going to open up these dark entrances first and then mirror to pick it up. But so he'll leapfrog over Jamo here, who's about to be doing these checks as well. But I fully suspect him to be in Mire here after a couple more checks here.
Yeah, Mire is probably one of the, at least just from observation, we're watching a bunch of rando, that is like the most, I think, like common dungeon that people just kind of like dip almost regardless. Like you come in, I mean, maybe like you find Mire without a fire source and Key Sanity, like you're maybe a little bit more hesitant, but like if you can get in, you're going in and you're gonna get as many checks out of there as possible.
Yeah, it kind of depends on, like where you are in a seed. If you find it at minute 6 and you have your inventory is just a bow and a hook shot, you're probably not going in. But
that's true. Yeah. But it's like maybe like the least like controversial dungeon. Like Eastern, has its own reputation.
People don't have quite as big opinions about it as certain other places.
Yep. Cool dead rock. Jamo's got the powder ready. He had 8 whole seconds to quick swap it over.
I always like to see the dead rocks get what they deserve.
All right, incoherent. Also here with the fire rod, so in theory he can do spooky. Now he's gonna find his Samari, and we will be on parity with yet another crystal dungeon clear.
Yep. It is, I guess, from my race watcher's perspective, it is nice that they're both in here with the same number of keys. So, they're both leaving the same checks behind here. And presumably Inko will follow a similar route here and clear the dungeon.
Oh, we need boots for 80 spooky. Okay. Learn something new.
Day I learned. Of course, I still need to actually learn 80 spooky anyway, so...
Yeah. All I've seen them is just throw some block down in the pit, and then I was like, okay, is that the setup?
I mean, it's just like regular spooky looks if you don't understand how it works. It's like you do something that looks silly, and then magically switches open and the path clears for you. That's as much as I actually know about the technicals of that one, but I having a hand wavy understanding of how regular spooky works, I get it. And we're not going to see that pod dip that I had kind of speculated about. So Jamo he will leave that fire rod for a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, desert, and we have that cane now as well. So that gives us a few more things to do.
Yeah, we can do TR front. If we ever get another Ice Palace small key, we're probably more willing to go into Ice Palace to try and full clear that dungeon. Honestly, like with one small key, maybe it's okay to go into Ice Palace, like just go through basically like the other bar, like the Bear Bari, and then leave, because
I think
Bear Bari often gets isolated.
I think we want one more small key before we make that long walk back to Ice Palace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was actually just gonna say that, but like Ice Palace is such a remote location where, again, it may not be like worth your time in order to go only do that and then having to come back again.
Yeah, probably the most appealing thing that cane gives Jamo is Laser Bridge at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he did find Crystal Roller and like TR Big Chest entrance, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, it's only one check from the front that he can do right now, and then I have a feeling that sequence breaking right side of GT is not a priority.
He does have hookshot, but yes, like even sequence breaking right side, if you don't have the fire rod, like you kind of need nice to have would be like 2 out of the 3, as in like you ideally want boots and hookshot to make your life a little bit nicer. Like, I mean, I'm sure it is doable with only hookshot.
Yeah, I think Jamo is at a caliber where he wouldn't have like too much trouble, but you do not have a lot of margin of error on that item set.
Plus, like it's slow, right? And so it might hopefully be worth it for him to just hold out.
Right. I mean, the only thing that's maybe also a draw there is the climb and the bevy of items behind it, but I still don't think that's the number one thing you're looking to do right now.
Crystal obtained, arrows refilled.
That's his third crystal. Jamo on 4, but that was with the relatively quick desert clear down. Question: where was Fire Rod? It was in Harmless Hellway in Pod, which is up on Dark Death Mountain east side. Incoherent had the advantage of having one extra pod small key on dipping it, and chose to open that 6 key lock check and got a fire rod out of it. So that's probably the biggest item difference between the two runners at this point. The other sort of looming unknown in terms of isolated checks is we have a Hyrule Castle big key from the Thieves Town big chest on Jamo's side that we have not seen redeemed yet.
Yeah, Jamo. Actually looking at the tracker. Again, thank you, Jaxie and Talmotog. We do have all the Hyrule Castle keys, so Jamo can in fact make that trek.
Are we like other than
we are sequence breaking right side? Wow.
Okay. Other than Ice Palace small keys, are we just in Flipper's Go mode now?
Oh. Yes. Amazing. Where are these flippers? I kind of thought the flippers would have shown up much earlier than like now, because we found Swamp so early, we found the dam so early, we found all these Swamp Palace small keys so early. So like I was like, oh, okay, something's probably in Swamp.
Yeah, that's I think that's the last unique item that we need to find. We have, like I said, pointed out, we already have all our non-pendant big keys, so don't have to worry about any of those. We've got adequate small keys for everything else that we need to do.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Telthar actually pointing out, I forgot, and Zeldor, yeah, thank you. Like, I forgot we need keys for right side. So we're probably not doing that versus you said, what, 10 items up here? Well,
yep.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where, I mean, it's not like, probably not, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but this is where spending that key on map chests so early kind of does come into play because it means you're locked out of those, I guess, 5 checks in this case on right side that you would have liked to have done, maybe. I don't know. In Jamo's case, he is, 2 items from go with Fire Rod and the flippers. So, he may not have been really motivated to do that, hoping just for the flippers over there. But
all right. This is crystal number 2, 3, 4 for Inko. So everyone's tied up.
Even up on crystals.
Yeah, so with the cane, Inko is most likely going to go and do Trinex.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty strong shout there.
Yeah, and I guess we'll also be able to see what's on like Laser Bridge, as you said, right? There's a lot of density over there that we haven't explored.
Yeah, and then he'll also pick up, whatever's in Roller Room GT or TR there with that.
Jamo should use the regular bow. Would have had more luck. I'm just making fun of him. It is uncharacteristic.
The sparkles are distracting, okay?
Yeah, you're right.
This was the TR big chest entrance. So yeah, this is that TR play you mentioned for incoherent.
Oh no, we don't have boots. I do think that Jamo will find something up here. Like, I mean, this climb very well much like could be required. Like, there's a lot of checks up here. And like we're still missing some. I mean, yes, like we are flippers, and in Jamo's case as well, Fire Rod Go Mode. But like we're also missing boots. We're also missing like other things that like Ice Pal. Oh yeah, an Ice Pal small key. Like something to those extent, right? Or leading to those things can show up here.
Yeah, I mean there are a number of things that at least would be nice to haves if nothing else. Although, really, for with the knowledge that we have on Jamo's side, unless it's like a pod big key, you're really kind of hoping. Oh, there's our pod big key. Speak of the devil.
Our pod big key. That is less good for Jamo. Let's just say that right now. we need him. Yeah.
I do think he ends up at Laser Bridge before too long, but if you the boots up here would be kind of a double-edged sword if flippers are not boots locked, or if the flippers are not boots locked, because otherwise, I mean, yes, you're going to have some advantage in movement speed, but you're also going to go probably check some entrances that if they don't have the flippers, they have nothing that you want, right? And that's not going to be taking you in any way towards pod.
Okay, I think Incoherent already checked that. Spiral Cave entrance, Ozagina. Alright, yes, but we did find TR Bridge, and nothing notable was here. Alright, Incoherent's actually doing a little bit more of, like, using the iframes. Okay, now we have the Firelock side. Available to us, I don't think logically we still need all of them. Oh, another Swamp Palace small key. Well, for Inko, that's probably not that important. But yeah, looking like trying to do some of these. Well, you took the safety door. It's fine. But like, yeah, sometimes doing these like boostless laser skips can be challenging. Yeah, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the cape from GT Tower Room that Jamo has, so like it can be like a bit harder. Like if you're not comfortable with this. There's so many. There's a pod small and a pod big on Laser Bridge. Well, I mean, okay, if Jamo makes the decision to go on Laser Bridge, I think like things are more optimistic for him to go back and get the Fire Rod. Like he might even beat Helma at that point.
Yeah, and you know, all that time without the Fire Rod could, you know, if there's something in Big Key Chest or on Helma or Green Pendant, you know, then suddenly that looming negative swings back into probably a positive for him. But
yeah, and we have yet to see in this case like if Fire Rod actually leads to something, right? Like the back of Skullwoods, for example, was nothing. Like we know we need the Fire Rod for Trinex. Like, is Incoherent just gonna waste time doing all these Fire Rod checks? Right.
That's another kind of chocolate.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
The Fire Rod lot chocolate.
Fire Small.
Well, here's where all our Fire Smalls.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. No, dude, there was no Ice Palace Small Key behind GT.
That's kind of wild.
Where
Yeah,
are Ice Palace Small Keys? We found one. Are they all just an Ice Palace? Is that what's gonna happen?
I'm starting to get worried that we just like all of the ones past that first the first berry are just not randomized.
Yeah, I just Okay, is this maybe Laser Bridge for Jamo?
I think so. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's where he.
Okay, what's here? Oh, it's super funny. Oh, he's gonna check the.
Oh yeah,
there's
this
a uppercase top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a long way in order to get here.
I see 2 new checks here from Inco for Roller Room.
This time we do have a helpful compass to help us count.
That's true.
I haven't been keeping track of like which entrances are left. Oh, but you know what? Mini Moldorm.
I was just about to mention that we hadn't seen Mini Moldorm Cave yet, and then we found Mini Moldorm Cave.
It's another GT Small Key on Inco's side. Oh my gosh, our second Ice Palace Small Key. They exist.
They exist.
Well, Jamo's gonna go do Ice Palace. Oh, and the Desert Palace Small Key. Okay.
That's all 4 Desert Smalls.
Is this a good or bad thing for Jamo to find this Ice Palace Small Key? Like, he's gonna go do Ice with Smoria. Well, that, I mean, like, he's gonna do it with Bombos, which is gonna be objectively slower than Incoherent's gonna do it with the Fire Rod once you get that Ice Palace Small Key. But, like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, when will Jamo... Thanks, Delta. When will Jamo, I guess, go to Laser Bridge, basically. And get his pod stuff so he can go back to pod.
Yeah. I mean, I think I understand this play. I think even if you find flippers in here, it's probably not a good thing for you just because of how likely we are to have one of those 3 other Ice Palace Small Keys show up for Inco and draw him to Ice Palace the same way. And otherwise you're doing a fairly slow clear of a dungeon that potentially your opponent might get to go mode, but...
Yeah, Inco, like, I think he would climb here after right side.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, you know, like, if you get an Ice Palace Small, maybe you leave and go do that first. Looking for it more on the path, but yeah, I think it'll depend on what we see over here from these checks.
Okay, got the Thieves Town compass. It'll be great for Incoherent when he goes back to Thieves Town. When, maybe.
Hopefully not win, because that'll mean we're going to be here for a long time.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Alright, let's see what's over here on this Fire Rod lock side. Samaria locked. Ice Small? Ice Small. Alright, that is gonna drive Incoherent probably to... Desert. Not Desert. Ice Palace.
I think that's our last Meyer Small. Nice
for 3. I
double
think there are...
invincibility item here on right side.
What did Tomodachi say? 6? 6 Meyer Small keys?
Yeah.
Some of the pod key for Jamo could be good. Oh, I was like, what is Incoherent doing? Oh, he didn't get map chest. That's why he's over
Yeah.
here. Okay. All right, Jamo's gonna do the let's go backwards type of thing through Icebreaker, and then now we're gonna go the forward way in order to go get the Bari, and then continue onwards as if we just did IPBJ in Ice Palace.
Yeah, unfortunately,
don't ask me how you're supposed to know.
You have to
this.
do some. Oh no.
That was very tilting. I guarantee you, the chair like creaked. I don't think his chair actually creaks, the one that Jamo says, but it definitely got a lot of reclining on there.
You can't blame him. That is always a feels bad place to take a wayward hit. And yeah, we are going to see an immediate Ice Palace here from Incoherent as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of curious to see what Inco does in this case, because he's in Flipper's Go. He might be he might be skipping the Bari. I'm sorry, the conveyor Bari, because he's just in Flipper's Go. Maybe it's not worth it for him to full clear the dungeon.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the level of aggression and how lost we get in Pod Maze.
Yes, I see Inco's looking for magic.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
But like he has bombos, but I think so at least he'll be able to beat Cold Snare, but I can understand.
Yeah, he'll be fine for beating the dungeon. I think he would probably have to grab one of there are small magic pots available that you can grab on the way that will have enough for you to get Freezor and the boss.
It's true. Yeah, it's funny. Like
with where he's at.
Jamo, yeah, Jamo is the one with half magic, but he has no fire rod. As the only bombos is like kind of useless to him. And then Inko is like the one with the fire rod, and he's just like super low on magic. With our powers combined.
Gonna get the last 2 checks here with the mini pots room. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
you know the
right.
spoiler logs better than I do.
Yes, it is in fact called mini pots pot key.
Okay.
Because there are many pots in that room.
You know what? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these names, I'm like, I mean, I know an engineer versus like a marketer or like a salesperson. Came up with this name.
They can't all be hype caves, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
That was a if you could sue for false advertising in Hyrule.
Well, wasn't it actually hype? I don't know, like back in like
I don't know, like
16 or like 18 or something. Okay. So at least look, maybe like it's like the cave formerly known as Hype Cave or something, right? It's like Prince.
Maybe instead of having all these votes and revotes on hovering or whatever, maybe we should be reevaluating the official item names instead.
I am
That's
on
the
board.
next big. That's the next big community schism we need. Yeah. People
Someone
get
should run
like
for Tark.
super attached.
Yeah. Someone should run for Tark and make this their platform.
Yes, someone should. Nudge, nudge.
Mm-hmm. All right, Inko. I think he has enough magic for a Samaria drop, or maybe he knows in this case it's magic. Okay, does he not have enough?
I mean, there's 2 pots in the next room. That's enough for a bombos.
Okay,
So I'm
yeah,
not sure
I
why
thought it was
we're-
gonna be enough for the boss. Yeah. Well, I guess he's gonna do, yeah, mini
Yeah, I
pots
mean,
now.
he's still gonna get the the last 2 checks here, but I'm surprised we're spending time to look for that when really all it buys you is a single fire rod shot or 2 if you get a small drop. And yeah, Jamo is in trouble. He basically needs these flippers to be buried somewhere real deep and real dumb to give him time to get back to pod and get that fire rod.
Nice palace, small key. The shovel was a nice palace.
Pod
Where
is on
pod?
East Dark Death Mountain, so close to nothing basically.
Mhm.
There is a connector through Paradox to it that you could take, but I don't know how much faster it is than just fluting and hooking and taking the portal.
Right. Inco. Okay. Are we? There are the flippers.
Oh,
on
there's
the
our
right
flippers
side.
on right side desert. Okay. That's probably not a good place for Jamo.
That's not good for Jamo. Yeah. Well, he's gonna do swamp now, Fear, because he has the flippers and he has 5 swamp keys, so he might even do left side.
Has
What
Incoherent
is
forgotten
Incoherent
he has the
doing?
bombos?
Well, no way, right? Because we're gonna need
We're going
like
going
8
through this
shots.
like.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
he
my
got
God.
his full magic drop.
We'll see what he ends
But
up using, I guess, then. But, like, man. I guess with this he's gonna need the fire rod. But yes, like, he went through that thing 3 times.
But yeah, I think that Flipper's location is probably not a good thing for Jamo here. Just because, he's going to be here full clearing swamp for quite a while, which we know Inco isn't going to do. If he finds boots in here, that just gives him a bunch more things to do that aren't getting back to pod. I feel like maybe his best outs, other than that Hyrule big key, probably would have been somewhere else in pod or Green Pendant, and obviously that is not what happened. Is the Desert Small on the GT climb? I don't think so. I don't remember where it was.
The only thing we got was like a ice small out of the climb, in a Myra small or something. Like
Yeah,
nothing.
a couple Myra
nothing-
Smalls, I think, were up
Yeah.
there.
Where was the Desert Palace small key?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it was at that in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Oh right, yeah. That's right. Good point. And that's where the half magic was too.
Yep.
All right. So Jamo is 1 item from Go mode. So the way that he's going to play Swamp is that he is going to just do the stuff on the way, because if it's on the way, then we're good. We know it's not. I'm gonna see in this case. I'm pretty curious to see if he decides to go back in for left side. Like, we don't have that 6 swamp key, so doing left side's is not, I think, in logic.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's not a million better options you've got than that right now if you're Jamo.
Yeah.
I think like Laser Bridge is kind of your only really dense thing I can think of.
Yeah, and after Swamp, like, it's not. I think it's reasonable for Jamo to go. It's not going to be unreasonable for Jamo to not go to. There's so many negatives in that sentence. Like, to not do Laser Bridge, but like, yes, like, it certainly has, I think, increase upon level of appeal.
Yeah. I think the big question now is how much, is Incoherent tracking entrances? Is he aware that Mini Moldorm Cave is still unfound? And if so, when does he prioritize that versus the other checks that he's got available?
Yeah. Okay. Incoherent's gonna go check the dig spot real quick, which is gonna be another ice spell small key, but we're done with that.
And we are heading back in for left side here on Jamo's side.
Okay. Will we also maybe kind of head back in for compass as well? So I mean, I see the swamp compass like counter, and there's 9 out of 15. So there's left side's only 2. So we have like trench 2 and I think compass chest. So maybe there's like half-ish, semi-convenient.
Yeah, I think he kind of he did the quick checks on the way, and then yeah. So, but
yeah.
he left himself things to come back for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, never mind. He skipped a bunch of them. Like he didn't pick up the mirror shield and pot row key. He didn't pick up the 50 rupee and the hookshot pot key. Yeah, okay. So it was like it's a little adjusted, like deflated, I guess.
Okay.
Like it's not actually like 9 out of 10, 9 out of 15. Like it's like more like 11 or 12 out of 15. Because he didn't pick those items up. So yeah.
Yeah, and Incoherent is committing to the climb here in GT now, so he is going to have a few minutes here that are not going to get him to flippers here. So Jamo is going to call some time back here.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I think this was brought up. It is a little bit unfortunate for Jamo, like in that like he is not go moding the dungeon. So this is going to be a time that Incoherent will just bank over Jamo because Incoherent's in flippers go mode. However, though, given that Inco is doing the climb now, like there's at least some like Jamo can do this, quote unquote, with some amount of parity.
Yeah. I mean, there is a case here where Jamo flutes across or hook shots across the mountain and decides to get those 2 pod keys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the laser bridge play. Oh, there's the boots on left side swamp.
There's the boots. All right, we got sub 2 hour boots. Did you say you said double-edged sword, right? Do we have?
Yeah,
any,
very much
have,
so.
Like triple, quadruple edged sword. I like the varieties of chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Are we heading? Yeah, we're heading to Zelda Cell here. So this is still going to be, this is kind of drawing him away from the path that he needs to be on as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think laser bridge into pod is a realistic set of options for Jamo, or a realistic path that he could follow here, but he is going to still I don't know how much we have left in terms of entrances. I think there are at least a couple that we haven't seen. I don't remember seeing Mimic's Cave off the top of my head.
That's true. Yeah, no. That's true. I don't remember seeing that either.
So there is at least a non-zero incentive to continue entrance hunting here.
Yeah. Inko, for what it's worth, like when he was doing, like when he found Laser Bridge and he took the safety door and he found TR Bridge, like he did check all the entrances there. So like that to me says, like he is still aware that, there exist item caves. That's the Castle Tower key. Are we going back to Castle Tower?
Ugh. I hope not. That's about all I can say.
Yeah, Castle Tower is also okay. Well, I was gonna say it's a curiosity shop. But we have like 5 different connectors and entrances in North Dark World that we can get to very easily, including the one we started at for Sank. So, it's not like the worst to get to, but it's also like it's only 2 checks for Jamo.
Yeah, we're getting our as always our 2-hour 1-minute first hobo check of the seed.
Yeah, well, that's normal, or that's what's supposed to be. Like, happens. That might push Jamo to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, we're heading up to the mountain.
Yeah, is this Laser Bridge?
Yeah, we're heading in the right direction for Jamo.
Alright, Inko is almost done with the Ganis Tower climb. Yeah. Alright, well, this looks like...
Yeah, it's certainly not guaranteed that getting Pod 6 in the big key will send him straight to Pod, but it does make that, especially given that he knows he checked it on 2 keys earlier, it is enough that may actually be the one of, if not the densest option that he has left.
Yeah. All right, so this is kind of crunch time. So like, if Jamo decides to go to Pod, Inko is going to be on the timer, like on a clock, and it's going to be kind of a tight one, in order to go find Mini Moldrum Cave at the top of for Cave Top, through Super Bunny.
Right.
Alright, that's Pod Big for Jamo. Pod Small for Jamo. Is that all 6? Yeah, that's all the keys. That's all the keys to Pod.
I forgot that they were all keys here.
Okay, what is Incoherent going to do?
There were some connectors here. Like, they were all connectors on top here. Has he done?
Yes.
He has been here before, right? No, he hasn't, because he hasn't opened that. Yeah, so he hasn't done these.
Yeah, okay. Great. Oh, okay.
So
I mean, he's gonna get all... You ever play Connector Roulette?
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling he'll end up following... I don't... He'll probably do Spiral Cave here, but I don't think he has any other unknown entrances at this point that matter. Although I guess he is going to walk through the Elder and potentially through
then
Mirroring.
hop. Yeah, well, I think he's going to hop straight back.
Oh wait, this was Floating Island, which he hadn't seen.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I forgot that we saw that on Jamo's side.
Yeah.
And there was a key, so...
Okay, this looks like Pod for Jamo. Which means now Incoherent is on the clock. Yeah,
he's on the clock and needs to get to Super Bunny fast, I feel like, because Jamo's probably 2 checks from getting this Fire Rod, and then he just has to go do a Trinex. And Inko would have to go through Swamp bootsless, which, that's going to be... that's going to be a decent time sink all around. Yeah, Inko's off to Death Mountain here. I'm not sure exactly what this will be, but it's not Super Bunny. Oh, no, it is. I'm sorry. I thought that was in like the Kakariko area. Okay, so he is on the path to at least the desert small key.
Is this
but
enough?
Then, yeah,
I think Jamo.
I don't think so.
Lead, right?
No. Yeah, Jamo is well ahead at this point.
Oh my gosh.
He's just got to get back to Trinex. And Inko would have to get this, get up here, mirror, do Mini Moldrum Cave, get the Desert Small, go to Desert Right side, get the flippers, then go back up to the mountain, get Swamp Palace. Yeah, it's just too much.
How the tables? I mean, I didn't really realize how fast Jamo actually just kind of turned the thing around. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jamo had just been so efficient that he didn't have a lot left. I think there may have been a few one-off checks, but not other than 2 checks in CT. I don't think he had a whole lot of bundled items to do. So it made sense that he was going to get over to Laser Bridge eventually and then get to Pod pretty shortly after that, especially having all the other Pod keys in the seed.
Sure, Jamo, by the way, is feeling amazing.
At least he got to enjoy like 10 minutes of boots.
But that's true. That's true. Like him not go moding Swamp means that he would have finished the sea bootless, which is what Incoherent is going to do. Where was Desert, by the way? This is not Desert, correct?
No, it's not Desert. Not off the top of my head remembering where the desert entrances were.
There was one, I think, in Meyer.
One was in Meyer area. That was our connector there for the glove, but I forget where the other two were.
Okay, we're going somewhere on North Dark Death Mountain. Otherwise, we would not be here.
Is this back to Meyer? Because if so, that's
oh my gosh. Oh yeah. No, you're right. Oh yeah. We have. I mean, again, like looking at the tracker, Incoherent has all 6 Meyer small keys. He has fire. Like, I understand it's 2 checks. I mean, but that's the same as Desert Right Side.
Yep.
Granted, it might be a little bit slower than Desert Right Side, because I want to say that there was some more convenient connector to get us over to Desert, and then, you know, the checks are, like, it's just two chests, one room after the other, as opposed to this one where you gotta light the torches and then you gotta sit through a giant cutscene in order to go get your last item, and yes, we need to hit the switch first. This is what happens when you're playing a seed that's 2 hours without boots.
Yeah. Rando madness, as they call it.
Jamo, though, into Ganon, and assuming he finishes the seed, he will keep his record alive. He might pull a Telethar. He is certainly on track. Telethar last year was, I believe, either he was like 0 and 2 in the first 2 weeks, or like 1 and 2 in the first 3 weeks. He was just like on his last lifeline the whole time in the Swiss, and he made it all the way to the finals of Crosskeys last year. So
the things some people in this community will do just to create a little drama. I swear.
Jamo. I feel like this is maybe a common sentiment among rando runners, but especially when you last locate so much, it's like, why isn't my opponent done yet? And turns out he last located more than you did. Oh, and Incoherent even has Fishbone too. I forgot he didn't do this, but that is GG's to Jamo, keeping his potential primary bracket run alive with this win. This looks like it is a forfeit from Incoherent. GG's to Inco.
Yep, GG's to both.
Sorry about the no boots, Inco. They were in like the worst possible spot. Like, I don't think. Well, I guess maybe Mimic Cave. I think that we've never seen. That might have been a worse spot, but it's not really much better.
Yeah, no, that was a nasty one there with how buried the flippers were, and then the fact that you had to go all the way through the Swamp Palace just to get them.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna get these guys in for a chat. Hopefully we will. That would be nice. Who are we joined by? Sorry,
You're joined by Jamo. GG's.
Hello, Jamo. GG's.
Yeah,
How's your chair holding up?
That seat was just so miserable the whole way. My god.
You gets a gloat of boots time for 10 minutes and change.
Yes, I got to enjoy boots for the last few minutes.
We are also joined by Incoherent. GG's. Sorry about everything.
Yo, GG.
The key drop experience.
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible. Yeah, you would have got to go mode swamp, I guess, but you would have missed your boots on left side swamp. I was
I think
fire
my
up,
last two
go
things
mode.
were flippers and an ice small key.
Yeah, the ice small keys were like ridiculous. I don't know what was that.
Yeah, both of you had the same Ice Palace 2 and then went straight there after getting it, so that was fun.
That was, oh yeah, going through Super Bunny with the mirror. Oh, the mirror was horrible. That was like completely last location for me. I never went through that desert connector to get the...
Yeah, I'm kind of mad about that one, because I had the mitts, and then I didn't use the mitts for mitts things. I did a bunch of out-of-logic stuff instead.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you had
well,
those,
you both ended up getting them maybe about a minute and a half apart. So I know it felt bad for both, but it was it was about even.
Getting the mitts was at the same time?
The mirror.
Oh, the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I was just like so inefficient, like last locating that mirror. It was like, I feel like I've been last locating for like 45 minutes when I finally get that. It's like just running around to all these bad checks. It was
There were a bunch
painful.
of random things in weird places, like the fire sources and the cane.
Yeah, and it was really hard to track the logic. Like my fire source was out of logic for a bit when I got it. When I climbed GT, it might have still been out of logic, so maybe I shouldn't have been climbing GT. It was hard to remember in key drop where everything was.
Yeah, I think my lamp was by the time I actually went up there, but I don't know what happened with all the other keys, because I think one of the pod keys is in TR behind a key I never found or something like that.
I had 5 TR smalls, so I think my pod keys were all in logic. But yeah, at the end, I mean, I had a few entrances that could be single item caves. I had 2 checks in CT, and I had, yeah, I think that was it. So I just got my pod big and pod small from Laser Bridge, so I was obviously just gonna go do pod until
I was making the rounds of the pendants. I was in Mire when you finished, and then about to probably drop into the entrance I didn't do, and then pod, and then maybe desert, because I had the keys for it, just like, do it later.
Did you have, you had 3 pod smalls already when you went to pod, or what?
I got the 2 from Paradox and then went back.
Yeah, Incoherent did have an extra pod small key. I think it was the one from left side GT.
Yeah, you opted to open map chest instead, Jamo, so you didn't have it.
Yeah, because I couldn't make it to random room anyway, so I was like, I might as well just open map chests and come back with 3. But yeah, I guess I had an opportunity
that was the extra.
Yeah, like I had an opportunity to do pod on 4 smalls. I think I was right there. But I was like, there's no way I'm going into pod without the big key and to do out of logic Hellway. Like if I was, maybe I could do big key chest, but I'm not going to go back to Hellway without the big key when it's still out of logic right now.
Yeah, that was sort of the big point of contention for a long time in this race when we were still trying to figure out where the flippers were, was like what was going to draw you back. And then once we saw, you know, the small key and big key together on Laser Bridge, it's kind of like, all right, well, whenever he gets there, you know, then that's that probably is gonna get him into pod sooner than later. But you know, it was still, you had a lot of different options available to you even before ever making it to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, not really by the end. By the end, I had almost nothing left. I had entrances which really sucked. Like the boost ones are out of logic anyway. And I was probably going to CT 2 checks like next if I didn't get those pod keys.
Yeah, just a bunch of cleanup from like stuff where you didn't have the keys earlier, like CT and pod and Mire. Like I had one small going into Mire, and I'm like, I should just not do fire locked ever without a bunch of them, and then they all showed up.
Did they all show up? They did not show up for me. I did it on one small and then... Okay, I did it on one small and then I still only have 5. I mean, one is probably fire rod locked. But there was...
Yeah, I think there's at least one over there.
There was 2 on like in the well, so those were... I didn't have like 8 GT smalls either.
Yeah,
so,
that was the same thing, but like at that point I had enough left. It was like, okay, well, what if 2 GT smalls are just in pod or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going back to Mire until it came into Logic because there was too much of a chance it was locked by Fire Rod.
Yeah. It makes sense, and then it sort of came into Logic for me and sort of made sense to route it that direction.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot that there are magic pots in Ice Palace.
Oh.
So that was my classic stupid mistake on Restream, is I went to Ice with low magic and then scrounged a bit and then did some stuff to try to get more magic for Cold Stare, forgetting there are 2 pots with magic there for some reason.
Gotcha. We were trying to figure out, like, did he forget did he forget he has the bombos or what happened? But yeah, no, that makes sense then. Yeah. You could tell there was like, yeah. Also, speaking of fun or just weird things that happened, Jamo, what the heck was the deal with that bird?
I was about to say that. What the hell was that? I've never seen that before. So I got my flute, activated it, like did magic bat or something, and then tried to walk out and use my flute, and it didn't work. Like the bird missed me. So I was like, oh, that's weird. I was only walking left. I tried to walk left again. It missed me again. I tried standing still. It still missed me. I tried like screen transitioning and walking in and out of an entrance, and it still could not pick me up. And the flute was activated and everything. And I was like, what is going on? And then when I save and quit, it fixed it. But I probably wasted like a minute with my flute just being
some
broken.
Sort of like altitude thing, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I should have.
I know I've done some. I did something weird months ago where I like save quit out of Magic Bat, and then my sword beams were under the floor for some reason.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that.
Maybe I should have like put down a cane block. Actually, I didn't have a cane probably. Maybe I should have thrown a boomerang. That was so dumb.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Did anybody like actually know what that was? Like, I guess it's what Incoherent said probably.
No one in chat spoke up to offer a theory on it, and I have no real clue beyond kind of the same speculation that y'all already suggested. So, yeah, we'll have to send that one back to the lab.
Does resetting reset your altitude? Probably, right? For Ancilla, you have to hard reset, but for altitude, save and quitting probably resets it.
Yeah, I think so.
For someone smarter than me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I thought like for a second I was like I must have just forgot to activate the flute. I was like, wait a second, the bird is coming. So I did activate the flute. What is going on?
Well, yeah, that was my first question too. It's like, wait, did he activate it? Like, no, that was a new one for me at least.
I will let you know I did clip that, so we want to see that again. It is there.
Yeah, GG's both. Any final thoughts on this one, or any thoughts going forward here in the tourney?
Nope, GG again. Thanks for the restream. I stay alive for another week for now.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for putting on the restream, so I could clown on restream a little bit for y'all.
I think you did great.
Yeah, it was a very fun race, and thank you both for putting on a good show. And Claire Mouse, thank you for joining me, and thank you to our trackers, Tommeltak and Jaxie for restreaming. Anything else you want to add, Claire Mouse?
No, you've said it all. Thank you guys again. Sorry about the boots and everything about the seed. Hopefully next week will be better. And good luck tomorrow, Will, for your own race.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, if that's my cue. So speaking of that, we have 2 races tomorrow, both at 8 p.m. One has 2 trackers, the other has 1. So if you are interested in doing commentary or tracking for this tournament, please go over to Hyrule Town Hall. That's hth.zeldaspeedrun.com, and go to the Crosskeys tournament page for more information. I would like to thank our commentary booth for the amazing comms, Clear Mouse, Will WC, of course our runners as well, Incoherent and Jamo 6, as well as my tracking buddy, Tumbletalk 13. I'm going to send this over to Cody, good friend of mine. Yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. This is Jaxie from Zelda Speedruns, signing off.